It's the Crosstown Trivia Classic, episode 4. Happy Halloween to all you celebrating out there. Even though this will release on Friday, anyone paying attention and watching this tournament will get in the Halloween spirit for one last episode. This is the last episode of the first round between Nick Kane and Tony Slater Martin, or how do you say it? Ebenhammer?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, I
I don't
can't
even
do
know.
this. If you can't tell, I'm the Riddler. I'm taking the costume off because I got a
I was not
host.
able to tell.
Uh,
I was told everyone here was wearing a costume for Halloween, and
well, Nick Kane, you
looks
look
like I got
great.
tricked.
You
It's
look
just
great.
really cold in my
Look
room.
good, play good. I'm going for here.
Well,
Like I said, my living conditions are terrible.
we got Nick Cade in the cowboy costume and Slater that appears to be some kind of Twitch streamer. I'm Ben Hudy. Thank you all for paying attention to this first round of the Crosstown Trivia Classic, and this is the last, as I said, the last episode of the first round before we get into second round matchups. If you're just catching up now, go watch the other episodes, but I'll give you a quick update on what's going on with bracket play. Next week, you're going to see Mikey Fernelli, the co-host of this show, against Dama Medio. They both took wins over their respective partners. And if you didn't catch Friday's episode, Big John took a commanding 8-0 lead over Nick Alonso. So he'll move on to play the winner of this match, which is super exciting.
He called me out too.
He did call Nick Kane out, yes.
Call me out. I noted that, and gonna be just more fuel to the fire.
So before we get into a little rules, I do this every episode because for some people, they might not know who you guys are. So we'll start with Nick Kane. Nick Kane, give yourself a little intro. Give us a rundown of who you are.
Yeah, my name is Nick, as Ben said. Good friend of mine. Happy to be on the show. I know you put a lot of hard work in this, but my opponent today, we're great friends, but obviously arch nemesis is at the moment now. Been thinking about him every morning. I wake up, and before I go to sleep, don't want to speak to him, don't want to look at him. And my favorite song is Heartbeat Song by Kelly Clarkson.
Well, there's Nick Kane. Now, Slater, give us a little rundown of you. Tell us about yourself.
Well, it all started from birth, and I knew of the man of Nicholas Kane, the man I will be facing today in trivia. As you can tell, we've been mortal enemies from the start because of Cubs and White Sox, and that has driven me insane. Ever since then, I swore I will defeat this man, and that's who I've ever been ever since. That's my life mission.
Beautiful.
I also happen to like the Wiggles.
You like the Wiggles?
I concur.
That's all. That's it.
I mean, there might be some chirping. The other two matchups, they were too nice to each other. I didn't like that. This is a rivalry no matter what happens.
Well, that was a beautiful intro, Slater, and we're happy to have you here and super excited for this matchup because, as you said, two lifelong friends going at it, White Sox versus Cubs,
Not right now.
Crosstown Trivia Classic style.
No,
Let's
we've
get
been
into
mortal enemies since birth.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, since I would say 3 weeks. Ever since I knew my opponent, it's been every day on my mind. It's all that's been on my mind, really.
All right. Well, before we get into the match, let's get into some rules. If you haven't been keeping up, 9 rounds of trivia, 18 total questions. It is crosstown trivia style, as we said. So the baseball questions, Nick will get White Sox questions. Tony will get Cubs questions. But if they do miss, they are allowed to steal them. Along with that, we have all the other Chicago sports involved as well. 1 round of Bears, Blackhawks, Bulls, as well as something that I like to call Jersey math, which is all addition. You'll see as we get farther into the match. Top of that, no double points, none of that. Similar to the dozen. Once again, shout out to what they do. This is kind of a spin on that. None of the double ups or anything like that. And timers, a minute on the clock for every single question. After that, for the steals, I'll read the question and it'll be 30 seconds on the clock. So, are you guys ready to play some trivia?
Let's do it.
Yes, I am.
Tony, we're going to start with you today and then bounce it over to Nick. So, Tony, Slater, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Let me just get my. Okay. Here we go. Cubs for Slater. This 17-year journeyman closer spent one single season with the Cubs. In 2015, he had a .75 ERA in 14 games out of the bullpen. Who was it? A minute on the clock.
Ooh, I don't know this one. I don't know anything about this one. I never liked the Cubs personally. So I'm gonna take a random guess, and I don't think this is it, but I think it's Pedro Strop. Final answer.
That is incorrect. Over to Nick.
I know.
30 seconds
know
on the
it's not
clock
him.
after I repeat the question. Nick, here we go. This 17-year journeyman closer spent one single season with the Cubs. In 2015, he had a .75 ERA in 14 games out of the bullpen. Who was it? 30 seconds.
Not gonna lie, this scared me at first. I didn't want to get the first one wrong. I was thinking it's not my answer, but I wanted to say Hector Rondon, but then out of nowhere, Joe Nathan came to mind. I think that's the right answer.
Say final answer.
It is.
That is also incorrect. Not a bad guess. Joe Nathan was in 2016. Everyone move your hat. Everyone move your hats to the right for Fernando Rodney.
Oh my god. I can't miss those.
Fernando Rodney's time with the Cubs. We're going to go over to you, Nick. For White Sox, a minute. You could get some redemption right here with a similar question. Here we go. This 14-year journeyman pitcher spent 2 seasons with the White Sox. His best year came in 2015, where he had a 1.21 ERA in 30 games out of the bullpen. Who was it? A minute on the clock.
Oh, God. 1.21. 2015, you said?
Yeah, so 2015, 2016.
I don't think this is right either. This is not good, but David Robertson?
Is that your final answer?
I guess so.
That is incorrect. Going over to Tony. Tony, do you want me to repeat the question? Actually, I will. This 14-year journeyman pitcher spent 2 seasons with the White Sox. His best year came in 2015, where he had a 1.21 ERA in 30 games out of the bullpen. Who was it? 30 seconds.
2 years with the Sox. Can I ask, was he in 2014 or 2016?
It was
2015,
16. I did give that to Nick, so I could give it to you.
Okay.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm stumped.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do you have a guess?
Yeah, I do not know. Do not know.
Hunt. Nick.
Completely stumped.
Fat Albers.
I 1-2-1 sounded way too low for him, but I remember his time here.
He had a really good year that one year.
I didn't know it was that good. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not even too mad I missed that, but 0-2 to start that thing. But luckily Tony hasn't gotten it and then and Matt Overs. I didn't know. Mad at myself for that.
It's all good.
Things are not looking good for me.
0-0 on the board after one round. Still got a ton of rounds left as we get into the Chicago Bears. Just made a big move today, acquiring Montez Sweat, but the team still sucks. All right,
it doesn't matter.
Slater, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
This tight end spent the prime years of his career with the Bears. In 2014, he had 916 receiving yards with 6 touchdowns. He would go on to win a Super Bowl after leaving the Bears. Who was it?
Can I ask what the Super Bowl winning team was?
No, I will not give you that.
This guy, man.
Okay. Oh my God. You left the Bears to win the Super Bowl?
The Bears haven't won a Super Bowl in a while, so they went with us.
No, he was not on the Super Bowl Bears. 30 seconds.
That was such a stupid question. All right. I don't know, man. Completely stumped.
Do you have a guess? You got 10 seconds.
Nope. No guess.
All right, punching
No
over
guess
to
at
Nick
all.
Kane. Nick, do you want me to repeat it or do you have an answer?
So 2014 and his prime was with the Bears.
Yes, he spent 3 years with the Bears. 2014 was one of his best year of his career, 916 receiving yards with 6 touchdowns.
Okay.
Would later go on to win a Super Bowl. 30
Stuck
seconds.
between two guys, but I'm gonna go with Martellus Bennett, and backup would have been Greg Olson, but I'll go with Martellus Bennett.
Final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. Nick Kane on the board after stealing Slater's Bears question. And he puts the glasses on after getting a
Just waiting for
point.
me to get one right. It felt like an eternity, but take it. I was close to picking Greg Olson. Did Martellus Bennett win with Patriots, I want to say?
Yeah, Martellus Bennett went with the Patriots. I had a feeling that you guys were going to think Greg Olson on that one, but Greg Olson only went to a Super Bowl. He never won it with
He
Carolina.
never did. I was thinking
Yeah.
maybe he was. Oh yeah, he wasn't Carolina. So
All
I
right,
like
Nick.
Martellus Bennett, but he's just kind of a psycho.
A little bit. All right, Nick, over to you. In 2016, this Bears wide receiver had a career high of 888 receiving yards with 4 touchdowns. It was his last year with the Bears in what would later become an injury-riddled career. Who was it?
Cameron Meredith.
Final answer?
Yes.
That is also correct. Nick Kane sweeps the Bears rounds, getting Cam Meredith.
I thought he was going to be so
I think
good.
I think he has some like other issues going on right now too. Besides, I don't know. I'll have to look that one up. But
I know it's the one bullet the Bears have dodged in their whole
Right.
existence.
right,
Yeah, I mean he got paid in New Orleans, I remember, but
yeah.
got hurt all the time.
All right, we're going back to baseball, and we are introducing a new type of category. Kind of. I'll explain it. I give you guys a former player, and it's all from the last 5, 6, 7 years. And I'm going to give you their stats from each year in a 3-year span. And you'll have to tell me the player that it is. So it'll be batting average, home runs, and RBIs for 3 straight seasons. All right, Tony, you ready?
Yep.
Name this Cubs outfielder based on stats from these 3 seasons. The seasons are 2018 to 2020. And I'll wait. I'll be pretty good with the timer on this one. I'll be a little lenient. So in 2018, this outfielder batted .270 with 8 home runs and 57 RBIs. In 2019, he batted .251 with 21 home runs and 62 RBIs. And then in 2020, shortened pandemic season, he batted .265 with 6 home runs and 22 RBIs. Can you tell me the Cubs outfielder? Minute on the clock. And if you need me to repeat any stats, let
What
me know.
was 2019 home runs? Because that year was kind of freaky.
2019, he had 21 dingers.
And the other years they were just in the single digits.
8 and 6, correct.
Okay.
30 seconds.
For some reason I just want to go Jason Hayward. That sounds so stupid though. I don't think that's it at all.
Got 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'll go
5,
with Jason Hayward.
4. Is that your final answer?
Yep.
That is correct. It is Jason Hayward. He did have that one
That's
year
crazy.
where he popped off for 20 home runs.
I just
I thought the average was a little too high for
Oh my
Hayward too, but
God.
I couldn't really think
20,
of anyone between him or Happ.
2019 was so weird that just I don't know. That was my only guess. I forgot. I low-key forgot about that.
All right, Nick, over to you now. Let me pull this up really quick. All right, Nick, you ready? Name this White Sox outfielder based on stats from these 3 seasons, 2016 to 2018. In 2016,
years right there.
In 2016, he had a .245 batting average with 12 home runs and 51 RBIs. In 2017, he batted .330 with 18 home runs and 80 RBIs. And then in 2018, he batted .236 with 19 home runs and 49 RBIs. Can you give me the player? A minute on the clock.
This is the former All-Star Aviseo Garcia.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. That one outlier
330, man.
year.
I was so stumped at first. You've had so many random outfielders in that span, but yeah, he went off that year.
After 3 rounds, we got a 3-1 score where Nick Kane leads. And now we go into the Chicago Blackhawks. Tony, what was the name of the emergency goalie that was also an accountant? He played 1 game with the Blackhawks and saved 7 of 7 shots in 14 minutes of play. A minute on the clock.
Oh shit. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's what's his name? Corey Crawford. Final answer. Corey Crawford.
That is
Like that ass.
that is incorrect.
Really?
That is incorrect.
Really? Are you
You got the position right. You got the position right.
That is incorrect. Going over to Nick. Nick, do you want me to repeat the question or do you have an
No,
answer?
it's gonna be Scott Foster.
Okay.
That is correct, Scott Foster.
Yeah, Corey Crawford had a backup job as an accountant.
Okay.
Scott Foster sounds lame.
I mean, we haven't heard much from him.
He just played
game, so.
1 game.
Yeah.
He came in. That was a bad year. I think it was 2018.
Yeah.
Team
All
sucked.
right. All right, Nick.
Okay.
Here we go, Nick. After spending 10 All right. After spending 10 seasons with the Blackhawks, this defenseman now retired, spent the last couple of years of his career with the Coyotes from 2017 to 2021. Who was the defenseman?
Nicholas Jalmerson.
Is that your final answer? Okay, that is correct. 5-1 for Nick. He sweeps the Blackhawks. Before we go over to Slater's Cubs questions. 5-1.
I wanted to see Slater take one more shot at the Blackhawks question.
I don't have them written. The Blackhawks ones are the toughest for me to write.
No, they're good.
Exactly.
Scott Foster.
Terrible.
Thought about him in a while.
All right, Slater, you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. In 2016, the Cubs sent this former infield prospect to Seattle in return for Mike Montgomery. He has been known as a journeyman since he has gotten to the big leagues. Who is it?
Oh shit.
He is still playing. I'll also tell you that.
I honestly can't think. I'm really fucking stumped right now.
20 seconds.
Wilson. Yeah, I don't. I can't lie to you. Wilson Contreras?
That is incorrect. Over to Nick. Nick, do you want to repeat the question?
Nope. Okay.
Sorry, roommate just walked in. But no, I think I got it. I can't think of anyone else. The only thing is I think it might have been possibly before 2016, but I'm just gonna guess it. I'm gonna go with Daniel Vogelback.
Final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. Daniel Vogelback gives Nick a
his glasses on, man.
6-1 lead over Tony. Tony, you could still make up some ground here, but you're gonna have to do it fast and hope that Nick misses some questions. This one's very interesting. Shout out Down Medio for this one. In 2017, the White Sox traded Jose Quintana to the Cubs for four prospects were included in the deal, most notably Eloy Jimenez and Dylan Cease. Can you name only one of the other 2 prospects the White Sox got in return? A minute on the clock.
It's a crazy question.
Honestly, I don't like baseball. So really, I can't. But um,
No, Tony, it's not you. It's Nick.
Oh, it's me. Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
oh
Tony too.
fuck, for real?
Dude, I know they both kind of sound familiar when I hear it. I think I know the last names. I think one
I,
guy's last name was Rose,
I need first and last.
and then Fleets.
I
The
need
other one.
first.
I know. I'm just gonna say. Damn it! I feel like I had it when you said the question. I just forgot it. But we go with Matt Rose. Is that a real person? I don't even know.
Okay, final answer.
I guess.
That is correct. Matt Rose. What a poll. 7-1. That's just
Was the other one? Was the other one named Brian Fleets? I want to say.
yeah. Yeah, it was
Okay, good.
Brian Fleet.
I didn't trust myself there, but yeah, I haven't heard from either of those two. Shockingly enough, since the trade.
All right, Tony. Over to you for the Chicago Bulls. If you don't like baseball, then hopefully you like the Bulls.
I don't think he likes the Bulls.
All right, here we go. This small forward spent 3 years with the Chicago Bulls from 2013 to 2016. He was a career 37% three-point shooter, and he might most notably be known for his time in Indiana and Golden State. Who was it?
Um, 13 to 16.
13 and 16, right?
Yep.
Man. In Golden State. Small forward, you said?
Correct.
Okay. No, not him.
20 seconds.
It's. I don't think it's.
10.
I don't think it's Taj Gibson, but I'm just gonna go Taj Gibson.
Final answer?
I can't remember anyone. I don't. Yeah, I don't watch basketball. I don't like it.
Well, that's incorrect. Over to Nick. Nick, do you want me to repeat the question, or do you have an answer?
No, I think I got it.
Only
I
like-
want to go.
I only like esports.
I can
All
tell
right.
this performance.
Nick, what's your final answer?
I'm kidding, Tony, but Slater. But I'm gonna go with Mike Dunleavy.
That is correct. An 8-1 lead for Nick with six remaining points. So Slater's out of it. Nick's going to move on, but we'll continue to play on because who doesn't love trivia? Nick, you ready for your Bulls
I
question?
love me some trivia. Yeah, let's do it.
This bench point guard spent 3 seasons with the Bulls from 2016 to 2019. He never averaged more than 3.5 points per game with the Bulls, but later in his career was most notably known for his bench role with the Suns. Who was it? A minute on the clock.
20. What were the years again? He's on the team.
2016 to 2019.
Is it Cameron Payne?
Is that your final answer? That is correct. Cameron Payne. Another sweep of a category for Nick. And
God,
Nick
that guy
has
was
just
terrible
put
with
up
the Bulls.
the most points in the tournament thus far. Excuse me, Dom put up 11. So
Yeah, I was
you got
gonna say,
some
don't.
you got
I'll
some
get there.
ground to make up, but we still have a lot of rounds left.
And Fernando Rodney, I'm still mad at him.
Over to Tony for his Cubs question. We're doing career paths. Career paths for this one. Slater, you ready?
Yes.
Name the former Cub infielder based on their career path. Kansas City Royals, San Diego Padres, Boston Red Sox, Chicago Cubs. A minute on the clock.
Oh shit.
Royals, Padres, Red Sox,
Right.
Cubs.
What the fuck is his name? Eric Hosmer.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct. Slater gets on the board with his second point of the game. before we go over to Nick for his career path. Nick.
I'm writing it down too, because when I was watching the episodes when it was written down, I feel like I got it, but I feel like if I don't visually see it,
No,
that
yeah,
makes
you're
any
good.
sense.
No worries, no worries. Nick, name this former White Sox outfielder based on their career path. Texas, White Sox, Detroit, Padres.
This is, God forbidden, no more Mazzara.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. Nick Kane with his 10th point of the match with 2 rounds left to go. And we're going to go over to jersey math. Slater, if you want to get a pen and paper, you're more than welcome to try and get these jerseys, or you could do it off the dome.
I'm gonna do the mental math game
Awesome. Okay.
like a true warrior.
I cannot do that personally.
All right, here we go. All addition on the
Blame if
jersey
you don't
math.
at this point.
All addition on the jersey math. It's their numbers when they played in Chicago. Slater, give me Anthony Rizzo plus Andre Dawson plus Tariq Cohen. 1 minute on the clock.
I want to go either 83 or 84. Fuck. 83. I don't even think that's close though. I don't know Andre or whoever the fucking his name is.
That is incorrect. Over to Nick. Nick, do you want to repeat the
Damn it.
players?
No, but Andre Dawson, I know I got Rizzo and Cohen, but I think it's close in the 80s. I know it's like a 8, 9, 10 kind of number like that, maybe 11, 12, but I went with 8, so I'm going to say 81. I'll be surprised if I get this, though, to be honest.
That is also correct. Nick Kane pulls Andre Dawson's number for his 11th point of the match. 11-2, Nick Kane ties Dom for most points, and we still got.
I want the record. I'm not talking about ties. I'm taking this record right now.
Here we go, Nick. Jersey math, second round. Eloy Jimenez, Harold Baines, Jimmy Butler. Minute on the clock. And for anyone that's watching, the numbers for the last one was Anthony Rizzo, 44, Andre Dawson, 8, and Tariq Cohen, 29.
Pulling some old school players here, but I'm going to go with, first off, math isn't my strong suit. Many of you guys know, but I'm going to go with 98.
Final answer?
Yes.
That is incorrect. Over to Slater. Slater.
8-2. 3.
Once again, Eloy Jimenez plus Harold Baines plus Jimmy Butler. 30 seconds on the clock. Oh, editor's note. My bad. I'm going to chime in really quick. You were right, Nick.
Okay, I was wondering if he was either. I thought he was 3, but I was thinking maybe 8.
As soon as you said it, I was like, I definitely screwed up. I literally had the calculator out. So, Nick, that's your 12th point. My bad on that one, folks. But Nick Kane gets his 12th point of the match on the jersey math. Eloy Jimenez, 74. Harold Baines, 3. Jimmy Butler, 21. Over to you, Slater, for your last Cubs question. Trying to get your 3rd point. Trying to just get some more prep for a potential next tournament.
AirPods died. Jeez. I was actually listening, for those of you that know. Sorry to interrupt, but
No, you're good.
Windy City Wired. I was actually listening to those podcasts a couple weeks ago, just rewatching. This was like 2 years ago. But my audio was always just terrible. And I had the wired headphones like you had, so I hope the AirPods did better.
It sounded good.
Yeah, I was embarrassed watching those just from the audio standpoint, but
No. It's your audio sounds great.
Glad to make my podcast return.
This is only YouTube though. But yeah, it's similar. It's under 120. Right.
I think I have a feeling I'll see Dom videos soon later on this podcast.
Gonna have to get through Big John first, but let's get to Slater's Cubs question. Slater, In 2021, the Cubs acquired Pete Crow Armstrong from the New York Mets. In return, the Mets got Javier Baez and a veteran right-handed pitcher. Can you tell me the pitcher? I'm on the clock.
Oh, I think this was okay. I want to go Dave Robertson.
Is that your final?
Yep.
That is incorrect. Over to Nick. Nick,
Not cheating, I swear. But
do you want 30 seconds? Or excuse me, no
No,
shit, you're gonna get 30
I
seconds.
think I got it. You've been warned on Halloween, but Michael Givens is my final answer.
That is also incorrect. I'm pretty sure you did go to the Mets that same trade deadline. Oh no, that was the next year. This was Trevor Williams, if you remember him. He was kind of a bum. All right, Nick, you ready? Try and get you a season tournament record of 13 points. Even though you already broke the record, you could add on a little bit if you would like to. The White Sox tried to spark lightning in a bottle in 2019 with this veteran pitcher who had a handful of great years with the Angels and Twins early in his career. He had a 9.45 ERA and 3 starts with the White Sox. Who was it?
We had this guy twice, but I want to say, think about this a little bit. I want to say Hector Santiago.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. Over to Tony. Tony, do you want me to repeat the question for you?
Please.
The White Sox tried to spark lightning in a bottle in 2019 with this veteran pitcher who had a handful of great years with the Angels and Twins early in his career. He had a 9.45 ERA and 3 starts with the Sox. Who was it?
I know this.
15 seconds later. Five.
Big Diekman?
Final answer?
Just a guess. It's not him though. I know
that
it's
is
not.
Incorrect. Nick, this won't count for points.
Who did
Nick,
Tony say?
He said Jake Diekman.
Oh.
This won't count for points for you, Nick, but it sounds like you found it while he was trying to guess.
I definitely got it. But that's what the Sox do. They try to catch lightning in a bottle, and they're very rarely successful. But Urban Santana.
Yeah, that is correct. But
does
not count for points. So Nick Kane with a 12-2 win over Slater. He's going to go on and face Big John. And the second round of our tournament is officially set, where Dom will take on Mikey Fernelli.
I thought that would look better, but I could barely even see me. But I was trying to do a
Nick Kane will take on Big John. Slater, I'll start with you. Just want to say thank you for participating, but do you have any final match thoughts?
I'm glad to be here, and my opponent was most definitely prepared, unlike me. And I hate sports. I don't watch sports. I like cartoons. I sit in bed all day and I watch cartoons. And that's pretty much it. And thank you once again for having me, and screw my opponent. He cheated.
Well, we're not going to take any cheating allegations, but once again, Tony, I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. Now let's go over to the winner. You said you wanted Big John. No, don't leave yet, Slater. Don't leave.
Nope, I'll leave that. Okay.
Nick,
I can't be here to hear this.
Nick, Big John called you out in the last game, and you're going to get a piece of the cake and try and take him on to move on to the championship. What's the feeling right now? Oh, God. Nick is frozen.
Yeah, I was going to say, you were
Did you hear? Yeah, did you hear my question?
I did. I heard John, piece of the cake. Something.
Yeah, John called you out. He wanted a piece of the cake. What are your thoughts after winning this match?
Everyone be quiet. But yeah, as Justin Bieber once said, I don't just want to thank Jesus, but I want to thank God. Or was it vice versa? He said something like that. But yeah, I mean, obviously when you're
Dude, that was John F. Kennedy, loser.
that was Justin Bieber. But
No.
so thank God, thank Jesus. Got to be humble about this. But yeah, I mean, when you're at the top of the food chain, everyone's going to be going at you, and I expect more allegations to come my way. All false, of course, but we're going to go at me because they're not me, and it's simple as that. And I'm looking forward to facing John. He's a good opponent. I'll give him that. Tony, I hope we can make amends. I knew we were mortal enemies coming into this, but I think the better man won today, and glad to be here too. Thank you.
Once
I
again,
think the best costume point should be given out as well.
Nick Cade with a 12-2 win over Slater. Mikey Fernelli versus Damamedio. You'll see that next week with a bid to go to the championship. And then the following week, we'll be able to see Nick Kane versus Big John. So exciting stuff coming your way on the Crosstown Trivia Classic. Once again, this was the first round. It is finally complete, and we're getting even closer to crowning a Crosstown Trivia Classic champion. Once again, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe this video. And yeah, go Cubs.
Hate baseball.